Hello, welcome back to the podcast and YouTube if you're watching me on the camera. I am recording an episode today very much all about everything you need to know about the Fashion Photography Club because as I record this, today is the first day that the Fashion Photography Club is open for enrollment and I'm so excited to welcome so many of you in already. But if you're on the fence and if you're not sure whether you want to join or not, hopefully this episode will give you all the answers you've been looking for. So I have notes because I want to make sure that I answer everything correctly and give you the right information. So without further ado, first question that I know everyone's going to have is, what is the Fashion Photography Club? Like, what actually is it? So it is a 12-month program that is designed to help you book a new client, a new high-end client as a fashion photographer within 4 months. And then you use the rest of your time within the club to refine, to keep getting more clients and to reiterate what you've done over and over again. Because I didn't want to create something that was just 4 months long and then leave you hanging. I want you to be able to repeat this process with me multiple times over so that by the time you get to the end of 12 months, you have done this so many times, you know how to get a client moving forward no matter what. And you can go out for the rest of your career as a fashion photographer and get booked by clients. It's different in that it's a done with you program. So unlike my other courses, which have previously been completely self-led, this time you are going to get access to me. It's very hands-on, it's very interactive, and it takes you through a very specific process. The intention is to get you taking action and moving forward, implementing what you learn, not just learning it and not using that information properly. You're going to be taking action each month without fail, and you'll be getting support to do so. The whole point is it gives you a really clear roadmap of what you need to do and when you need to do it. Instead of trying to do it all yourself and feeling like, and probably actually ended up wasting years trying to figure it out by yourself, I'm telling you what to do. I've done it myself multiple times before, so I know it works and I know all the pitfalls you're going to fall into. So I can help you when things come up with how to deal with them and help you avoid maybe falling into any of those pitfalls that I fell into at all. So who is this for? Who would be the perfect photographer to join the club? The truth is that anyone who is a fashion photographer at any stage is perfect for the club. And that sounds really broad, but it's because no matter where you are, you're going to want someone to support you. So if you're a beginner, if you have never really done any photo shoots that are paid before, absolutely you need to be in the club because you're going to avoid falling into all the pitfalls and taking so long to figure things out because you are going to know exactly how to work out what your style is, how to build a portfolio that's going to attract the kind of clients you want to work with. It's going to help you learn how to market yourself, learn how to price yourself so that you're never going into the business with wrong pricing. And then if you're very advanced, it's keeping that momentum going forward. It's inevitably wanting to reach the next level. No matter what level you're at right now, you will reach points where you don't know why you cannot keep progressing further. I've been there so many times and I have always needed to get help to push myself to the next level. Sometimes it can be something very subtle that does a massive unlock for you. It's going to be the best solution for any photographer who is feeling like they know what they need to do, but they don't do it. Like something's stopping them from doing it, whether it's a mindset block, whether it's carving out the time, whether it's sort of staring at a blank page and not really being able to move forward, whatever it is that's stopping you from moving forward, that is what the club is going to help you avoid doing anymore. So do you need to be at a certain level to join, or can anyone join? Ideally, you know how to use a camera. This is not for someone who is not adept to using a camera. So you don't have to necessarily have lighting skills. You don't have to have ever been on a big set. You don't even have to have ever done a paid photo shoot. But what I will not be teaching you is anything technical about photography. So the club will not be a space for learning the basics of taking a photo. It really is for anyone who understands the basics and wants to take it to the next level to start getting paid work. So don't come to the club if you want technical support. Come to the club if you want business support. no matter what level you're at. Who is not a good fit? Very few people, but anyone who is a wedding photographer and is not looking to pivot out of weddings, anyone who's a portrait photographer and is not looking to leave the portrait business. I do not deal with the area of business to consumer, which is anyone who is a normal person in inverted commas, who isn't like using your photography to sell a product or sell a service. If you are working with businesses, you can join the club. Absolutely no problem. And if you still feel like you want to check with me if you're the right fit, just send me a message on Instagram, email, no matter what, we're happy to help. So here is the bit where I may need to read because the club comes with a lot of stuff and I forget how much incredible stuff there is involved. So my trusty list is here to tell me what is inside the club. Because the big question that I get constantly is, well, what do I get if I join? You get so much. So the first thing that I think is one of the most impactful parts of being a part of the Fashion Photography Club is you get access to portfolio reviews. When I tell you that some of the biggest shifts have happened for me in my career after I've received feedback on my work from someone who is impartial, from someone who is not my husband, who is not my friend, who is not my industry colleague who actually knows me and wants to like keep me in their good books, you know? Someone who is impartial, who can give me constructive criticism. Those have been the biggest catalysts for change for me, where I have not really realized I've been doing something and then someone's pointed it out to me and I've seen it and then I've made changes. Those changes have led to huge growth, massive bookings with brands, huge new amounts of income coming my way because of small changes. So in the club, you will automatically get access to 2 portfolio reviews per your 12 months. That is massive. And they come included in the price. Whereas normally, if you've ever done a portfolio review outside of this, you will know they're expensive. They can be very expensive and very hard to find. So I want everyone who joins the club to get at least 2 reviews done. There are ways for you to unlock more. And when you're in the club, you'll find out how to do that. So you can get more portfolio reviews for free. You won't have to pay for them if you don't want to. If you're in the club and you decide you want to have more portfolio reviews, there's also a way to buy discounted portfolio reviews with me directly. No one else can book portfolio reviews unless they're in the club. So I don't offer portfolio reviews to anyone unless they are part of the Fashion Photography Club. So portfolio reviews, one of the biggest selling points, in my opinion. The next thing, the game changer as well, is the monthly live action calls. This is something I'm actually so excited to be bringing because it wasn't something that when I was building out the idea for the Fashion Photography Club initially came to me. But I spoke to a few students who have been part of my other courses and I shared my plans with them. And one person in particular came back to me, and if they're listening to this and you know who you are, thank you very much. And they suggested that they didn't necessarily need some of the things I was suggesting, but they really needed just to take action. They really needed to move forward. And when they said that to me, I was like, why have I not thought of this before? If you've been part of Pitching with Confidence or Perfect Portfolio or any of my other courses, you'll know that I've hosted in the past things called pitchathons and planathons, which are times where me and the students of Pitching with Confidence or the students of Perfect Portfolio have gotten together to work on the topics of the course. So we do some pitching, we do some shoot planning, things like that. And they are great calls. People love them and they get stuff done. They move forward. They feel like they've taken a step forward. And that is the biggest impact. So each month in the Fashion Photography Club, you will get access to 1 monthly action call. And these are themed. And they are not me teaching you. You are not going to come to a call to learn something. I mean, of course you'll learn something because there'll always be little nuggets that happen in there, right? But you will take action. They will be themed so you do something productive. I will give you a prompt. I will tell you to do something and I will let you go and do it. So for example, we'll have pitching calls where we all sit down as a group and we write pitch emails, or we spend an hour doing research, or we do spend an hour typing out and scheduling emails that are going to go out next week. Whatever it may be, they are going to be action focused. So you are leaving these calls having ticked off a massive essential part of your business. And what happens when you do that? You get better at it, you get quicker at it, and you get momentum. And when you see that momentum happening, you want to keep doing it. And that is what I want these calls to be. I want you to be feeling like you're moving forward and taking action. So that's exactly what the monthly action calls are going to be. They are going to be at 5 p.m. UTC, which is 5 p.m. British time, if you don't know what UTC is. So if you have any questions, please do head to the website page where all the details are listed. The dates of the first 4 calls are also listed there, so you can see. If you live in a part of the world where that is not a good time for you, I've tried my best to make the calls work for most of the globe, but it's quite difficult to do that because we all live in different time zones. If you can't make the calls live, they are recorded, so you can go and watch them back afterwards and pretend that you're live, and then just like interact with it as you would. Do it in exactly the same real time, but just at a different time in your own time. So that is that. Monthly live action calls. Very excited. Then, doesn't stop there. There's so much more to this. Weekly support. I know you have questions and you want someone who is an expert who knows their stuff to get back to you with answers quickly. So, in order to do that, I have created a support ticket system inside the Fashion Photography Club where anyone who's a member of the club can leave a question in a box. It's a little form you fill out. And then each Monday morning, I am going to sit down once a week and answer everyone's questions. They are not going to be just replies to the person who asked them. Every single question will get responded to for everyone to see. So everyone is learning communally, which is huge because the likelihood is that there's a questions out there that someone has that you either have and you don't know you have it, or you have it and you don't have anyone to ask, or you've not dared ask, and you can learn from other people's questions. So they'll be anonymous, like they won't have necessarily names on them, so people don't necessarily know who's asked what, but you'll be able to learn from this massive forum of everyone's questions and learn from each other as well. There will be, of course, just loads of industry templates, resources. Anytime I create something new, you will get access to it. That goes without saying. There will also be a private podcast. This is something, again, I love. I've been in programs myself where they have private podcasts, and what I love about them is I can go on my walk, I can go in the car, I can be doing the cleaning, I can be doing things, and I can be listening to a podcast that is so high level and detailed that I'm learning so much. And I want this place to be somewhere where I can get quite intimate, I can share things, I can spur of the moment, get an idea, record a podcast, upload it, and share something really high level with everyone who's in the club. That is part of the club. Everyone gets access for 12 months. Private podcast is already a bunch in there. I'm recording even more of them today after this. So there's great exciting stuff to come with a private podcast. Of course, if I see questions in the support ticket area coming up a lot, I can do a podcast recording on it. I can go into more depth. So loads of potential with the private podcast. And then finally, you also get access to every single one of the OBE, Olivia Wilson Education courses. So if you have one or more of my courses already, check your email. A discount code has been sent to you. If you don't, you can buy all the courses today for a fraction of the price of what you would have to pay if you bought them all individually. So they all come, and that is the main curriculum. So the way you move through the journey of getting booked in just 4 months, which again, entirely possible, is by following those curriculums. And it's all there, pre-recorded for you. It gets updated all the time. And so many students, like over 500 students, have been through my courses and seen incredible results. Just go on that sales page on my website and look at some of the testimonials and some of the case studies I have there. People like Kirsten, who went on to book a job that had a $20,000 final price to it. Or Steph, who really had never worked with any big brands before and just wanted to break in, and after a few months working with me, knew exactly what to do. Or Gloria, who'd never had anyone look at her portfolio before and didn't know what was missing and didn't know even where to begin with making changes. One portfolio review with me changed everything. So it can have a huge impact on the end game of your career. And I want that for you. So that is what you get in the club. That is all the things for a whole year, 12 months, access to all of those things. Whenever you need support, you got it. Whenever you feel like you need a boost, you can listen to the podcast. Whenever you feel like you are losing momentum, you can come to an action call and get that momentum going again. If you have a question, you can ask it. I'm here to support you every step of the way. And I'm so excited. One question that comes up as well is there a community? When I was initially building the club, I had included a community. However, after speaking to a lot of photographers, people said they weren't necessarily that interested in a proper community aspect. So I took it away. And at the moment, I am not planning on adding any kind of community to the club where it's like, you can just have a forum like a Facebook group or something and talk to one another. If that is something that I get enough feedback on that people do want, I will look into adding it. But at the moment, there is no community. So there's no way of communicating other than during action calls to everyone else in the club. But I'm open to feedback. If a community feels like something that you want and is a deal breaker to not joining the club, let me know. If enough people want it, maybe that's something we'll look into adding. Obviously, there are big questions that come up when people are like, do I join this? Do I not? Not sure if I should. It's not sure if I'm the right fit. Not sure if I'm the right candidate. The same questions come up all the time about whether you as a photographer are ready to join the fashion photography club. Things like, I don't live anywhere near a fashion capital. I don't live in a fashion city. Can I even think to attempt to join this? Will this still work for me? 100% it will. This process I have built is not location reliant. You can live anywhere in the world and make this work. You can be a fashion photographer no matter where you live. I have proven that time and time again. I know of thousands of people who see loads of success as a fashion photographer and they do not live in the central London, New York, Paris. You can live anywhere. Absolutely you can. And I will show you how to do that. There might be times where things need to be tweaked a little bit. You might have to think outside the box. You might have to do things a little bit unconventionally, a little bit differently, but it's possible. If you desire to live anywhere outside of a big city, you can work. You can do it. If you otherwise do live in a big city and you love the city life as well, this completely works for you. The process that I take you through does not matter where you live. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how you do the work and how you show up. So that's not a reason not to join. Join even no matter where you live. If you're questioning that, DM me, talk to me, but it's not going to be a problem. Another thing is time. People are worried it's a big time commitment, that it's going to take a lot of time out of their day. It really doesn't need to. The things I teach you how to do are going to be part of your business staple day-to-day life. And they're not things that take a lot of time. I actually get a lot done in a very short amount of time, and I'm very successful as a result of it. I've streamlined the process. I have learned over the years what you need to do and what you don't need to do. So by joining the club, you're going to save loads of time by not wasting time doing things that don't matter, like making reels for hours about photography tips that no one actually wants to watch. They're not your clients anyway. So things like that. I will stop you wasting time doing the wrong things, and I'll make you focus your time, your precious time, on the things that do matter. In terms of the course content and all the stuff, you only need about 2 hours a week to commit to doing stuff, if that. And once you've been through the curriculums, you don't need to go into the portals every single day. You could only, after you've been through all the courses, just join the monthly action calls and make sure you're taking that momentum, keeping it going forward. You can ask questions when they come up. You might only need to ask 2 or 3 questions in the whole 12 months and then just read everyone else's questions and get the responses from that. So it doesn't need to take loads of time. Another beauty of the private podcast as well, you have no excuse not to learn or keep learning from me, because when you're on the go, when you're commuting to your other day job, when you're driving to your next photo shoot, you can listen to the podcast. So you can learn on the go. I've tried to make this as adaptable to people's lifestyles, their times, their we all have things we have to do. I have to walk my dog twice a day. I have shoots of my own that I do, and I work around this. So it's all doable, promise. It's not going to take up loads of time. I'm not going to be a time hog. I'm not going to demand things of you. I'm going to make this easy for you. Way easier. Another thing is worrying that you are not good enough or not creative enough or not talented enough. Like I said, as long as you know the basics of a camera, like you know how to shoot in manual, you're good. Everything else can be learned. This is a skill, not something you have to be born with. And it doesn't matter if you've never done a shoot with any models before, I can help you with that. You could be at the very beginning and I can help you with that. And likewise, if you are really far ahead, like I said earlier, I can still help you because I am probably a step ahead of where you want to be. Or maybe there's something in your portfolio that you're not noticing that I can spot for you. Maybe it's just a little thing you need to learn that is going back to the foundations. Maybe it's like looking again at what you really want to be shooting and then pivoting to that. Or maybe you're in a position where you do want to pivot. I've pivoted so many times in my career. I can help you with pivoting. And also really quickly, I do want to talk about why the club came to be and why it exists in the first place. Why do I do this? Why am I not just carrying on creating self-paced courses? It's because I'm hearing what you need. I know how difficult it is to do this on our own. I spend 90% of my time alone at home in this house, working on ideas, working on shoot projects. And I have been part of so many other types of group programs that have helped me so much because they've given me access to someone who knows what they're doing, access to other minds, access to thought leadership from someone else. And seeing someone else do something that inspires me has pushed me to take action far more than anything else. I don't want to give you just another course that you do and don't action. I want to give you a course that a program rather, that you join and get the most use out of it and see real change and see it fast. And I can do that when I help you. I know that you just need a little bit of support. You just need a tiny little nudge, someone to remind you to keep going, someone to give you the answer when you're looking for something and you don't know what to do. Even if it's a mindset shift you need to have, even if it's someone telling you that you are good and you have got this, I can be that voice for you. And that is what I wanted to create. Fashion Photography Club is a safe space where you can get the support you really crave and you really need. And I get it because I've been so in the exact same place wanting that support. So I want to be able to bring that support to you. If you are thinking of joining, you have from today, the day this goes out on the 19th of February, until the 26th of February, so next Wednesday. The doors will be closing at midnight in the UK on the 26th of February, so just before the 27th, in case you get confused like I do sometimes, where I'm like, does that mean the night of the 25th or does that mean the night of the 26th? It means the night of the 26th, so you have all day Wednesday to make a final decision next week if you want to. In order to join, it's very simple. Just go onto the sales page. I'll leave the link down here and in the podcast show notes so you can find it. All you need to do is click join now. There's buttons all over the page. Just click the join now button and you will see 3 different options. There are payments of all different types. So you can either pay in full, which is £1,200 for the entire year plus VAT. If you are in a country that the platform I use, Teachable, supports Klarna or Afterpay, and you want to use Klarna or Afterpay to do that and pay over 12 months or more, you absolutely can. That is no problem. Please feel free to do so. If you are not in a country that is supported by either of those payment plan options, because a lot of them aren't, sadly, I do have two payment plan options available myself. There is a 6-month payment plan, and that was brought in by, again, feedback. People said they wanted a 6-month payment plan, so I've made one where you pay £200 a month for 6 months plus that, and that gives you access to the entire club for 12 months. If you want to pay monthly, that is also totally fine. You pay £100 per month plus that each month, and that gives you, again, access to the entirety of the club for 12 months. In terms of people sometimes wondering if this is a thing where they can sort of opt in and opt out as they want. No, this is a 12-month program. It's a 12-month commitment to joining the club, to using the club, and to getting the most out of it. I don't want to make a membership here. This is a program. I'm taking you through an entire process and keeping you accountable to it for 12 months. So once you're in for 12 months. I almost forgot to tell you about the brand new exclusive workshop that I will be teaching live to everyone who joins the Fashion Photography Club this week. And it is a brand new workshop I'm so excited about called Platform Optional Marketing. Now, this came about, Milo is at my feet looking at me, wondering what I'm doing, because I took a social media break over Christmas and I loved it. I had the best 2.5 weeks off Instagram and I almost didn't want to come back to Instagram. I got to a point where I was like, oh my God, it's been so nice not having Instagram. maybe I will just not use Instagram. So I thought to myself, well, there's going to be other people out there who also don't love Instagram. And there's going to be photographers out there who don't necessarily want to feel like they're slaves to social media to get their work. So I haven't left Instagram. I actually do quite enjoy a little Instagram moment. But what I will be teaching is a workshop all about how to use social media or online marketing platforms in an optional way. So if you love Instagram, you'll create a marketing plan for yourself that focuses on Instagram. And I'll teach you how to write a marketing plan for Instagram that focuses on that. However, if you don't love Instagram, but you want to mainly focus on LinkedIn, or you want to focus on blogging, or you want to focus on writing newsletters, whatever platform you like using, TikTok, YouTube, we will come up with a plan for you to use that platform that you like and create a marketing plan that is so robust, doesn't matter what platform you're on. Because at its core, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what program you're using. It just matters how you show up and what you're going to be consistent at. So in this workshop, you're going to learn so much about marketing at its core, how to be effective at it no matter what platform you're using, and we'll create a marketing plan for you as well. It's all about using social media in a way that feels good and marketing in a way that feels fun and stress-free and easy. Because marketing is important. Like, you run a business, you're in sales and marketing, and you need to be able to do that every week, every day as a photographer, no matter what. Like, that has to happen, whether you like it or not. So we'll create a way to make it fun and make it easy and make it feel good, rather than something that you feel like is a chore and that you have to do and you don't enjoy. By the time the workshop's finished, you'll have a clear plan of what you're doing. You'll know how to stay front of mind with your clients. You'll know how to get paid work more through the various platforms that you like. And you'll have loads of confidence in choosing the right platform for you as well. So again, free to anyone who joins the Fashion Photography Club before the 26th of February. We'll be getting together live. The date is TBC because I am still working out on dates for a shoot of my own. But as soon as I know, I will let everyone know. And yeah, everyone who's in the club will get access to the workshop forever as well. So join the club to get access to the join the club to get access to the platform optional marketing workshop, which will be coming very soon. Another question that comes up a lot is, does the program automatically renew? When you sign up, will you just forget about it and then automatically get signed up to another 12 months? No automatic renewals are happening here. So what will happen is, at the end of around 11 months in the Fashion Photography Club, you'll receive an email from my team, and we will let you know that you've got 30 days left to use up the club and make the most of it. And we'll offer you a renewal offer. So if you would like to renew and stay in the club, you'll be able to at a slight discount. And if you decide that you have got everything out of it and you're really confident you know what you're doing, you don't need the support anymore, I will let you fly away and go and be the fashion photographer that you are meant to be, and that you won't need my help anymore because you'll know exactly what to do. So I'm actually really excited about seeing loads of photographers graduate and get out there and get the most from what they've learned, because I don't want to keep you beholden to me. I want you to go and do things and create things and show the world what you're capable of. I want to create a world of creatives and artists and photographers going out and making good change and making impact and leaving an incredible legacy of work behind. So we're going to do that all together. So yeah, no renewals, no automatic renewals, an invitation to rejoin if you would like to, but no pressure to do so either. Does it matter where you live? Like I said earlier, no. The only thing it might impact is whether you want to come to the calls live or not. The content is entirely in English, so you do need to be able to speak English. Although I speak fluent French, I don't teach in French. I can reply to emails in French and I can speak to people individually in French, but questions will be answered in English, just so it's easy to everyone can understand. Captions, not captions. What's the word when you translate something? Translated captions. Subtitles will be available. So if you need specific subtitles in a language, let me know, and I can add them in as well. If it takes us to a point where I feel like I've answered all the questions that often come up about the Fashion Photography Club, If there's anything I haven't answered, feel free to comment below and ask away. If you want to DM me, if you want to email, please do. The email address is support@oliviabosso.com, and myself or my team will get back to you very quickly. All the information you need about joining the Fashion Photography Club is in the link below. So go to the links or show notes on the podcast if you're just listening and not watching on YouTube. And I cannot wait to welcome you into the Fashion Photography Club. We're going to spend 12 months together. It's going to be epic. We're going to change the world, and I'll see you in the club. Bye.